Interesting. The prognosticator doesn't have a prophecy for you. More proof that it uses what it knows to make calculated guesses. But it predicted doom and gloom for me. Now I can change my future and show everyone that our fate isn't fixed. By doing the impossible. I'll find the lost treasure of the Radius. In the past, the pilgrimage included both a visit to the prognosticator and a search for the treasure. That changed after a lot of people died during an unsuccessful hunt. Palbatin survived that doomed hunt. I'll get him to tell me exactly what happened. Then, I can retrace their steps, avoid their mistakes, and find enough wealth to change my fortune. Let's go find the old man in the brass fortress.
What would I?
Combatants needed for a perilous task. Please respond with more information.
Any alchemists looking for some gold?
Now,
Are you sure about this, Comet? Remember what happened?
Please know that we use gold here in Clockwork.
Are you sure about this, Comet? Remember what happened? When I asked you to help Comet, this wasn't exactly what I had in mind. I want to see our people abandon the reckless pilgrimage to the Grand Prognosticator. But going after the treasure is just as dangerous, maybe even more so. Comet seeks to replace one foolish pilgrimage with another. Very well. I can tell you that the treasure exists. I've seen the wreckage of the merchant caravan myself, but getting close enough to recover it, impossible. Because of the massive fabricate that prowls the area. Gear Grinder is bigger than 3 brawny Nords and 100 times more dangerous. It slaughtered the pilgrims that attempted to recover the treasure. I was the only survivor. I'm still uncomfortable with all this, but I can see that you and Comet are determined. The wreckage lies scattered far to the south, near the mountains that form the southern border of the radius. Gear Grinder is a killer. Please, keep Comet safe. Before you go, Comet mentioned you found Malia's journal. He said it contained a passphrase and mentioned Sotha Seal's honored assistant. Is that true? I'm sorry to say that when I was a young man, I came across a sequence plaque that belonged to one of Sotha Seal's original assistants, an apostle called Albacron. The plaque contained a series of passphrases. That's how I found the lost treasure. They allowed me to change the nature of my pilgrimage. I was able to get the prognosticator to tell me how to locate the lost treasure of the radius, thus altering my future. Or so I hoped. But the fabricant. Maybe our fates are set after all. I'm not sure how I feel, not anymore. But I didn't give Malia the passphrase. She must have found the plaque where I hid it. Maybe if she hadn't... When you return from the wreckage, if you return, I'll tell you more about the passphrases.
Attack! That should come in handy.
You did it! Thanks to you, we found the lost treasure. This proves the prognosticator isn't an oracle. It's just a machine. And not a very good one at that. Now I can show the people of Slagtown that we're not prisoners to destiny. Yes, my friend, spices. Wonderful, delicious spices. That's the most valuable treasure of all, when your diet consists of nothing but flavorless paste. This will not only improve our lives, it will show my people that our fate is not set in stone. More than that, spices are as rare as a blade of grass in a city of metal. Wealthy mages and apostles will pay dearly for such a tempting treat. But I need to be cautious. Others will try to steal this treasure. I need to hide it to keep it safe. Return to Slagtown and meet me there. Then we can show my people how we changed the outcome of the prognosticator's prediction and improved my destiny. I just wish my mother had lived to see this day.
Let's go!
I just don't know. I always expected Clockwork City to be a bit more hospitable.
I've called a few people together so I can tell them what we've done. Hopefully, word will then spread throughout Slagtown and all of the Brass Fortress. Palbatin and I talked about my mother. We don't think she saw the prediction from the Oracle. We think she was out there trying to do the same thing as me. She was trying to figure out how the prognosticator works so she could get it to change our fortunes. Palbatin believes she acquired the passphrase from the sequence plaque he hid away. That's our best guess. She was trying to help us. All of us. I just wish she had told me. That she hadn't tried to do it on her own. Well, thanks to you, I succeeded where she failed. Now we just have to convince the rest of Slagtown. Art. That's not something you hear a lot about in a place that runs on gears and cogs. Here, this is your share of the treasure. You earned it. Oh, and Palbatin wants you to meet him in the Outlaws' Refuge afterward. He has something for you, too. People of Slagtown, I bring you a revelation. The prognosticator lies, but we can change our fortunes. We have free will.
Comet, the apostles say there's no such thing as free will.
What you're implying is heresy, Comet.
Is it heresy to speak the truth? I performed the pilgrimage. I received the usual grim fortune that predicted I'd be poor until I died. But that future is a false future.
I wish I had time to help Errol. These are dark times, and the Stargazers are a shadow of who we once were. But our role remains more important than ever. Me? Oh, I'm just picking up supplies for the observatory. Not a task for someone who has seen and done all that you have. Errol, on the other hand, was going on about ancient ruins and magical amulets or some such. It all sounded very exciting. A researcher. Very bright, but often too absorbed in his work, if you ask me. Still, I like to help him when I can. Right now, he's on the trail of... Oh, it's better if you just ask him about it. I'd just get it all wrong.
This is a great area for harvesting.
Be quick and stay quiet. It's the only certain way to remain alive. Friend of the Stargazers, look at this place. Here, the mages of Craglorn fended off the Prince of Schemes and his dark anchors. but the sweet taste of victory quickly turned bitter. The mages called on the power of the celestial mage. They summoned ancient and powerful Atronachs to defeat the Dark Anchors and battle Molag Bal. But as soon as the Dark Anchors were defeated, the Atronachs turned against Craglorn. That's what I need you to learn. A conjurer named Kelman Locke was present when the Atronachs were first summoned. When they turned, his fellow summoners were killed. He was the only one to escape, and I fear he is in grave danger. Hurry! If Kelman is lost to the Serpent, so too are our chances to understand why the Atronachs turned. From what I've heard, he's a gifted conjurer who was greatly favored by the mage herself before she disappeared. When the Atronachs turned, the rest of Kelman's summoning circle were killed. It's no wonder he's gone into hiding. My fellow guardian, the mage, lent her power to the conjurers of Craglorn. It was not in our interest to see Cold Harbor and Nirn joined. She spoke to them in dreams. Not directly, of course. We prefer to watch from above rather than appear below. Only in times of great crisis do the Guardians awaken and manifest. The Serpent's attack on Craglorn was just such a crisis.